for how to set your Rolex DateJust. Launched in 1945, the Rolex DateJust was the first watch to feature an automatically changing date window, and it forever set the standard for how a calendar display on a wristwatch should function. This core feature, combined with Rolex's waterproof oyster case and self-winding perpetual movement, created the blueprint for the classic wristwatch, and every DateJust model is built upon these three core features. Additionally, all Rolex DateJust watches include 3 centrally mounted hands for displaying the hours, minutes, and seconds, along with a magnifying lens on the surface of the crystal that enlarges the date display at 3 o'clock. It's important to note that while all Rolex DateJust watches have the same core features, their operating instructions have slightly changed throughout the years. For example, if you have a vintage Rolex DateJust with a 4-digit reference number, it does not have a quick set date, and so you will have to rotate the hands around the dial past midnight in order to adjust the date display. Beyond that, operating your Rolex DateJust works very similar to any other date displaying wristwatch, and it will largely follow the same overall setting instructions. To set your Rolex DateJust, simply unscrew the winding crown and pull it out to the first notch. In this position, you'll be setting the date display, which is located at 3 o'clock on the dial. Rotate the crown to change the value until the correct number appears inside the window. Again, if you have a vintage DateJust, you'll not be able to adjust the calendar display independently from the time, so you'll have to advance the hands past midnight in order to change the date. To set the time on your Rolex DateJust, pull the winding crown out to the second notch until you feel a faint click and the seconds hand comes to a complete stop. If you have a vintage DateJust, the seconds hand may not stop when the crown is pulled out, however rotating it in this position will still allow you to set the time. Turn the crown in either direction until the correct time is displayed by the hands. During this stage, it's important to take note of whether your watch is displaying AM or PM hours, as the date display will only change every second time that the hour hand passes the 12 o'clock marker. If while setting the time, the date display advances past the desired value, repeat the previous step to correct the date. Once the time and date have been set, push in the winding crown and screw it back down to the case in order to ensure that your watch stays protected against moisture and dirt. A timeless expression of classic design and the single best-selling model in Rolex's entire history, the DateJust was designed to be the only watch that a person would ever need, and it's been the blueprint for the modern wristwatch for more than 3/4 of a century. For